Welcome to the Farm.ily kitchen, everyone. Hey, today we are going to be doing just a quick and easy recipe of our Pineapple Habanero Chicken Salad. And so this is one of my quick and easy recipes, and I'm going to show you how to start this. We do this in the Instapot, but you don't have to. If you don't have to have an Instapot, it's really easy to do. You can do it just on the stovetop or anyway. I just like the Instapot because it's really fast. So one of the things that we're going to do today is we're going to take our chicken breast, and this is frozen. So these are our pasture raised free range chickens, boneless, skinless. We package these 2 breasts per package. That's just how we sell them at our farm. But anyways, they are frozen. You just heard the big clunk go on. And there are 4 packages of these. So I'm doing 8 chicken breasts. And this is probably about probably about 6 pounds. Each of these packages weigh like 1.33 pounds to 1.5 pounds. So I'm putting these in frozen. One thing I do love about the Instapot is that you can cook frozen meat. And basically when I do chicken, so I'm gonna do this shredded today. So I'm gonna add 2 minutes of pressure cooking time to my thyme, so that those will cook frozen. And I'm in a hurry today because I am wanting to get this chicken all made up. We're getting ready for the Super Bowl, we're getting ready for Valentine's Day, and we're getting ready to do some meals. So like I said, this is using our pineapple habanero sauce. And what I like to do is you always have to add liquid to your meat when you're using the Instapot so that it doesn't burn and that it has something to keep the moisture in. So I'm actually adding pineapple. Normally what I would do is I would drain my pineapple juice. I need to make sure that I have about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of pineapple juice in the Instapot. And so I'm just gonna add this whole can, and then I'll show you later on what we're gonna do with that pineapple after it comes out. So we're gonna add 2 cans of pineapple juice just because I am using so much chicken today to do this. You don't need, this also freezes really great, so you can do this in a big batch and freeze some of it and then have it for later. So I love to do that. But so anyways, this is just 2 cans of pineapple. It's the chunk pineapple and 100% pineapple juice. I added all of that to the Instapot. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just add 2 bay leaves in it. I like using the bay leaves. It just cuts down the acidity just a little bit from the pineapple. I just put those bay leaves in there. And then what I'm also gonna do is I'm going to use just a pinch of paprika. It just is gonna add a little bit of flavor to that chicken, and I'm gonna do that. And then the other thing that I like to add is this is celery seed, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of that into that as well. And then we're gonna start this in the Instapot. So what we're gonna do is, it's all in there like that. I actually use a 10 quart, so this may look bigger than what your Instapot size looks like. So we have got a large family, as many of you might know, or if you're new to following along, we have 9 kids plus 2 bonus son-in-laws and lots of company that come in and out of our farmhouse. So anyways, we have a 10 pot Instapot. One of the things I use is the crock pot brand because they make the 10 pot. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna put this in my Instapot, and then I'm gonna put my lid on. Make sure that when you put your lid on, you wanna make sure that that locks well. I also make sure that I'm on pressure so that my seal is shut. And then I'm gonna come over here and I am going to do a manual pressure. I'm gonna put it on high. Normally I would do 10 minutes for shredded chicken, but today since it's frozen, I'm gonna do 12 minutes. So I'm just gonna press my timer to 12 minutes, and then we're going to hit start. So 12 minutes on the Instapot, make sure my seal is closed, and then we're gonna hit start, and that is heating up, and that is all ready to go. So we're gonna let that come to pressure, and then we will see you guys back in a few minutes when that is ready to go, and we'll show you what we do next. Okay, so it is time for us to check the chicken in the Instapot. The timer went off on that, so it is done cooking. It has sat for about 5 minutes on just a manual release, and so now we're going to actually turn on the release. So you can kind of hear that going. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna let all the pressure come out of that, and that way we can release the pot from being locked. And then we're gonna take this out and we're gonna check our chicken to get ready to shred that. So I just heard the pot unlock, the lid. So it unlocked, so we're gonna turn this over. And so very gently, we're gonna take that off, and you can kind of hear that. You always wanna be careful taking these pressure cooker lids off because you never ever want to get burnt, and that is a lot of hot steam. So I'm just gonna take that off and set that on my counter, and that looks really ready. So I'm gonna grab some pot holders and a hot plate, and we are going to take this chicken out. I'm gonna share something really quick. So these hot plates I use all the time. I have one here and I have one sitting underneath my Instapot lid. But these hot plates are actually from Haiti. So our son-in-law did missions work in Haiti before he married our daughter Glori. And so he brought me back these hot plates as a gift. So these are made by the Haitians in Haiti, and they actually are made out of plantain leaves. So they take these and they weave these all together, and then they create hot plates and baskets, and they sell these. So Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and so the average income in Haiti is $2 a day. And so when the Haitian people actually do something like this and they sell these, it is basically their livelihood, and they live on people buying these that are from, that are tourists basically. So yeah, these are one of my favorite things that I have. I wish I had like 50 of these, so I'm hoping that maybe soon either Nathaniel or maybe Nathaniel's parents or some of the people from the church will be back to Haiti and bring me back some of these. So these are my favorite thing. So enough about my Haiti hot plates, and I will take out the chicken and we will see how this looks. So we're just gonna take this pot right out, and you can kind of see here what's going on. It is nice and juicy, and the chicken's all in that, and so is the pineapple. So I'm gonna take this. This is one of my second favorite tools in the kitchen, and it is a chopper masher. Everything, I use this for tons of things. You'll see me use this in lots of cooking. So basically what I'm doing is I am just taking this and I'm just pushing this down into the chicken, and it's just making it fall apart. So this chicken is cooked really, really nice. I'm gonna kind of lift up the pot so you can see. I wish that this pot wasn't super hot. So you can see this. So when I push this down, it's just shredding this chicken like really, really easy. So you just give it a push and a twist and it shreds it. And then I kind of want the pineapple left in there. Like I said, it was the pineapple juice and the pineapple all together. And so I really want this all in there. And I'd rather shred this chicken in the juice, so that way it stays really moist and it just kind of sits for a minute. And then we're gonna drain this here in just a second. So like I said, we are making a pineapple habanero chicken salad, and this can be used on sandwiches, on bread, on croissants, on crackers. I do a very, very low carb diet, so I wrap it in lettuce leaves, in like romaine lettuce leaves, and use it as a wrap. But you can also use it, like I said, it's delicious on croissants. When we used to own our cafe here at the farm, we served this for lunches, and it was one of the favorites of the locals. And every now and then I still make it, and I put it in to-go containers, and I'll sell it in little to-go containers for people who just want to pick it up. But the cafe is closed, so we no longer do that. That was a time in our life that was very, very busy. So what we're gonna do is we've got this started to shred. So we're gonna take this and I'm gonna drain this, and then we're gonna finish shredding it when it's not so hot. So I'm just gonna take this. I've got my colander in my big bowl here. So we're gonna take this big bowl and colander, and we're gonna drain off what's left of those juices into the colander. So you will see that come out. And that's all done. So So we'll put our pot back in there so that it can get washed here in a little while. And then I'm just gonna take this, and I do wanna make sure that we take out those bay leaves that we use. So when I come across those bay leaves, I'll make sure to pop those out. And I am going to grab a fork real quick and then finish shredding this. So one way to shred chicken really fast, I just take a fork and take 2 forks and just kind of pull it apart, and it will shred really, really quickly. And then what I'm gonna do is, while this is all done draining, I'm actually gonna take this out of here, and we are going to shake the juices out of there. And then I'm gonna use this bowl, so bear with me 1 minute. So we just drained all of that juice off of this, and we took our chicken, we put it into our big pot, to our big bowl, and then we're just gonna shred this up really good. The pineapple's still in it. The pineapple will actually shred really nicely with the chicken, so we just want to shred it all up, and then we'll get ready to cool it. There's 1 bay leaf. There should be 1 more bay leaf floating around in there that we'll want to pull out. So that's that. So on our chicken salad, like I said, this is going to be for several different occasions. Some's going to a friend's house, some's being used here, some's gonna go in the freezer. So this freezes up really, really nicely. And I still have not come across that second bay leaf. I'm wondering if it's left in the Insta pot. So sometimes they stick to the sides of the Insta pot. So like I said, I just want this to be shredded really, really good, because I don't want there to be big giant hunks of chicken breast in here. One thing too, I'll tell you, so like I said, we raise pastured chicken, and this is our pasture chicken. But one of the differences between pastured raised chicken like we do and the chicken that you buy from the store is the added water and sodium. So a lot of times the chicken that you buy from the store, they will inject with water, and therefore they can charge you more for the chicken because it has water in it. And then when you cook it, you'll notice that there's a lot of shrinkage. So sometimes, like if you buy a pound of chicken and then you cook it, you'll have a lot of water left in the pan from the water that comes out of the chicken, and you'll only maybe get, like from a pound of chicken, sometimes you'll only get like 3/4 of a pound of actual meat. So with our chicken, because there's nothing injected into it, no water, no sodium, basically what we put in the pot is what we get out of the pot. So if I was to weigh this chicken right now, it would pretty much weigh exactly the same as what it was when I put it in. So like I said earlier, I put in about 6 pounds of chicken. So there's about 6 pounds of shredded chicken here now. So that makes it really nice. Like I said, if you have the opportunity to buy pastured chicken from a local farm, definitely do that. We're very much about supporting local. So go out, go to your local farmers markets, or find somebody in your local area where you can buy pasture raised chicken, and you will not be disappointed. I promise you. The flavor is amazing. And then, like I said, you're gonna get, you're gonna pay more per pound, but you're not paying for that added water. So it's a great, it's great. You're also supporting a local farm and not big corporations. And Jeff and I are definitely about other farmers being able to keep their farms and make a living for their family, and just providing good quality food. So we have a saying around here, know your farmer, know your food. So check out some local farmers markets, or check your local Facebook and see who you can get some pastured chicken from, and give this a try. Okay, so that's cooling off. It's all shredded up. The chicken's in there. So what we're going to do is we are just going to start out with some different spices. So I pick up, so it's winter here in Missouri, and so obviously we don't have gardens right now. So one of the things that we do in the summer a lot is we'll have our extras, like our extra peppers, onions, anything that we can, and we'll either dehydrate them and dry them, or we can freeze them as well. So this here is actually dehydrated red bell peppers. So it's a great thing to do in the winter. Take our extra peppers and we can just dehydrate those and dry them, and then they just stay in these canisters. So this is dehydrated red bell pepper. My mom is wonderful about doing all of this and also freezing them. So I was there a few weeks ago and I needed red and green bell peppers because I was making my dad a special dish for Christmas Eve. And so she has them all frozen and vacuum sealed. So like one of these days, I'll grab my mom and I'll show you about vacuum sealing peppers and onions and everything during the summer so that you can freeze them and they come out fresh. I was absolutely like amazed with how fresh that recipe turned out. So this is green bell peppers, dehydrated again. And I just sprinkle that in. And then this is dehydrated onion, chopped onion. So I just give that a sprinkle. This is really just a taste preference of how much you like. So I don't really have I'm not a great cook as far as exact measurements go. I just kind of know how much my family likes, and that's what I use. So I've got some kids that don't like peas. I've got some kids who don't like tomatoes. So it just depends on what our kids like, if we use more or less. So this is dehydrated chives, so green onions, and I just add a little bit of that in. And then this is dehydrated celery flakes. So again, it's just chopped celery that has been dehydrated. And I don't want to make a mess here because that would be a disaster to have 2 ounces of celery flakes everywhere. So this is dehydrated celery flakes. It looks just like celery actually, so I add some of that in. I am actually not a huge fan of celery, so I don't add too much of that, and since I'm the cook, I get to decide. Okay, so it's time that we're gonna add turmeric to this, and for those of you who don't know much about turmeric or the herb turmeric, it is a bright golden herb, spice seasoning, and there are a ton of health benefits to this. So some of the health benefits to turmeric is that it is an anti-inflammatory, and it's also an antioxidant. So Jeff actually uses turmeric every day because it helps with arthritis and it helps with inflammation. So he actually adds turmeric every day into his daily diet. But today we're adding it more for the purpose of coloring. So turmeric is a natural color that will add very orange and golden colors to these things. So you don't have to add food coloring, but it also has tons of health benefits. So it's super great to be able to add those things in when needed. This is about 1/4 teaspoon, maybe a little bit less. You can always add more, but you don't want it to be looking like we've dumped a bottle of food coloring in there. So that is turmeric, so we've added in our turmeric. And then we're going to add just a little bit of celery seed to this. And then what we are going to do is we are going to use salad dressing or mayonnaise. You can use whatever your choice of preference is. I know some people like mayonnaise, some people like Miracle Whip, so some people make their own. So we're just gonna add this in here. And a lot of times what I like to do is just, because I'm using so much chicken, it will take this whole entire thing. So sometimes it'll be easy and it just shakes in. And I don't have to scrape this all out. So you can just kind of shake your salad dressing or your mayonnaise in there. So this comes in all different, there's all different ones. There's ones with olive oil, there's now ones with coconut oil, there's some that are vegan, there's some that are egg-free. So just use what your family needs. So we don't have egg allergies here. I am a fan of the olive oil based one, so that is what I usually buy. If you're on a budget, just go to Aldi's or your local price saver and pick it up there. This does not make a big difference in this. Some recipes, what brand you use does, but this does not make a big difference here. So that was 1 container of Miracle Whip salad dressing, whatever your preference is on that. And I lost my hand towel. Okay, so back to this. Now we have our salad dressing and all of our herbs and spices in this. So we're just gonna give this a mix up for just a minute. And then we're going to add our very special ingredient into this. So don't forget, the pineapple is already in here too. The pineapple was from when we cooked the chicken, so we left that in there because this is a pineapple habanero chicken salad. So you'll see that that's just kind of mixing well. I did want to note real quick too about these dehydrated red bell peppers and green peppers and the onion. Those will rehydrate back in from the juices of the pineapple and from this from your salad dressing mayonnaise. So those will not stay hard, and the longer you let this sit, the more flavorful it will become. So this is super easy. It smells so good. I wish you guys could smell this. Like, the smell of this is absolutely amazing. So like I said, we've just added all of that in there, and we're just stirring it. You can see how nicely shredded this is. At Thanksgiving time or in the fall, I make this, and I also will add cranberries to it, and it is so good with cranberries. You could add dried chopped cranberries to it, or you can actually use fresh cranberries when they're in season, and you can find them in the store around the holiday time. So like I said, that's what that looks like. I do want this to be just a little bit more golden color, and so I'm gonna add just a little bit more turmeric to this. So before I added 1/4 teaspoon, and I'm gonna add another probably 1/2 teaspoon. Like I said, I didn't want it to be too yellow, so I would rather gradually add that in than add that in and it turn. You can just see here how this is already just changing the color of that just to a little bit more of a pretty yellow color. And because it has the pineapple in it, I just want it to look nice and not look really bland. So you can see the red bell peppers in there, you can see the green peppers and the chives, and it just looks really, really nice. But I promise you guys, it tastes way better than it looks. So then what we're gonna do, last but not least, this is our roasted pineapple and habanero sauce. We have so many different uses for this, but this is my favorite use for it. My favorite use is for the pineapple habanero chicken salad. So we just open that up and we just pour this in. So in this is pineapple, it has sugar, jalapeno peppers, pectin, roasted garlic, and habanero peppers. So we just want to add that in there, and we will just scrape this out just a little bit because I want to get all those pretty red habaneros in here. And I will tell you, it sounds like it's spicy and hot because of the jalapenos and the habaneros. It is not. This is not a spicy hot dish. All of our kids love this, including Ella, who's 4. All of our boys love it. Josie, who is my spicy food kid, she really loves it, but she adds red pepper flakes to hers because she likes it more hot. So you can see we just add that in, and then we just stir this up. And then we are like almost done. So we give this a really good stir, and then after that, I just let it sit. Like I said, the longer you let it sit, the better it gets. So this is just super easy. You can serve it as a side dish, as an appetizer with crackers. My kids love it with wheat thins. You can serve it as sandwiches. I've made it for lots of bridal showers, baby showers. Serve it on little mini croissants. If you're not a big croissant maker, you can actually just run to Walmart or your local bakery. I love serving it on the little mini croissants. So they sell those little mini croissants that you can get in the boxes. Split those open, put a little piece of leaf lettuce in it, put a little scoop of this on top, shut it, and people will think that you have done like an amazing gourmet little croissant sandwich. So I've made it for that. Like I said, I also put it in to-go containers. So these containers here, these are I think these are an 8-ounce container. I buy these by the case, and I pack tons of food in these because you can freeze them. And so I will pack this, but when we sell it, I also sell it in the 8-ounce container, or I will also sell it in these larger 16-ounce containers. So if I'm putting this in this bakery to sell, or even if I'm gifting it to people, I put it inside these containers and then put a cute little label on it, and then out it goes. So like I said, this is pretty much all done. And now what I do is I will just put plastic wrap over the top, or put this in a sealed container, stick it in the refrigerator, let it get nice and cold. Once it gets cold, then I'll package it up into little containers, freeze what I need to freeze. Otherwise, this will go into the refrigerator, and this will stay good in the refrigerator about a week. So we're getting ready for a bunch of things going on here at the farm this week, and I know that we will use this up. So some, like I said, going over to some friends' houses tomorrow, and then the rest is gonna be used up this weekend, and I might stick a little bit in the freezer. So this is what it is, guys. This is our Pineapple Habanero Chicken Salad. Super easy to make. This did not take long. Actually, the longest time that this took was the chicken in the Insta pot. So if you wanna do this even faster, a lot of times what I'll do is I will do like 10 pounds or 20 pounds of chicken, shred it all, freeze the shredded chicken in the freezer in freezer bags, and then when I want to make this, I just pull out my frozen shredded chicken, dump it all together, and I can be done with this in like less than 15 minutes. So just a quick and easy recipe. I hope you guys enjoy. We will have the link down below for my Instapot. We will also have the link down below for the masher if you want to check out the masher, one of my favorite tools in the kitchen. So don't forget to like our page, be a subscriber, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I will be happy to answer questions down below for that. And we just wish you guys to have a great day. Thank you and welcome to our Farm.ily.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that notification bell, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.